Hello everyone. If you haven't seen my first video on intercourse, sex, does not a relationship make? The first video is down there on the link. You can watch that. This is the second video, and it's going to really deal with relationships as in the beginning, the fabric, the basis of a good relationship. I'm going to try and break it down and deal with each issue separately. Now, the first thing about a relationship, I would say, I'll go straight right in. I mean, we've established the fact now that sex is not a relationship. Sex is not the foundation of a relationship. Sex, intercourse, it doesn't make a relationship. It is the cherry on the cake. It is, it's the icing on the cake, the cherry on the cream. That's the way I say it. Um, so it's not the foundation. It's not the most important thing. Now, as a young one, you start off life and you end up getting all the dynamics mixed up. You feel that if you don't have sex, you can't be in a relationship. The boy or the girl, whoever's in the relationship, asks for sex first to prove that you really, really, really love me. We gotta sleep together. We gotta see. Nah, that's unnecessary. That's really unnecessary. That's putting the horse before the cart, for those who understand that. Um, so we have to think about things differently, because if that was working, we won't have as much problems as we have today. Relationships are really messed up. People are desperately unhappy. Um, People stay together for all sorts of reasons, and none of them being the right one. Um, why? We don't have to live this way. We don't have to be this unhappy. I'm not saying don't have sex. No, great. I love sex. It's a good thing. Having it in a good, safe environment, now that is the key. Enjoying those benefits in a healthy, emotional, strong, and very loving environment, atmosphere, relationship is the goal. That is where we want to get to. How can we have good relationships and continue to have good sex? So, I have another topic, which is sex that heals and sex that destroys. So, I'm not communicating that sex is bad. That's not what I am saying. What I'm trying to communicate here is how we prioritize it and having those lovely things we do in a good, healthy, strong environment where the backbone is right, the structure is in place, and then you can put all those goodies inside, and things are not going to leak from your basket. So, um, that's the plan. Now we're back on what is the foundation of a good relationship. Now you can't have a relationship if you yourself are severely broken. And here's the truth, we are all broken. No one's got it right, some more broken than others, but nobody has got it right. We are all broken. So it's about how we get ourselves in our best position, ready for a great relationship. That's the key. How do we? Let's look at ourselves. First of all, we must introspect. Know thyself. To your own self be true. You need to be able to stand in front of a mirror, look deep within yourself, surface in, and like yourself. If you don't like yourself, no one's going to like you. I know those are really strong words, but that is the truth. It starts with you. Self-love, self-respect. That's where self-awareness. So you must introspect. You must respect yourself. You must be aware of yourself. What you like, what you don't like. You must love. At the end of all this introspection, you look at yourself and you go, what? Damn, I'm good. I love myself. I know I'm not perfect. I know I'm lacking yada da 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 da, but I'm great. You have to start loving you. Until you look yourself, that badass self that you are, and go, whoa, I love me, no one is going to love you. And that is the truth. It will take time. We all don't like ourselves. We all had to start somewhere. But I can tell you this, honey, you are great. You are an amazing person. You are designed as intended. You are brilliant and marvelous. You are unique. There's no one like you. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of respect. You are awesome. Just wait till people know you, get to know the real you, not the you that we put on because it's a defense mechanism and we've all learned to put on a different version of ourselves where we feel safest. But when you start to be comfortable in who you truly are, there is a strength and a confidence that you will exude that becomes attractive in itself. So, a relationship, the foundation of a good relationship is self love, self awareness, self respect. Now, we're not talking about any of these three things going out of kilter and you over loving yourself because, we get those that you love yourself too much, you can't love anyone else. That's not what we're talking about now. We're keeping everything in balance. So think about it this way. There's a line in the middle. We don't want to stray too much to the right. We don't want to stray too much to the left. We want to try and toe that middle ground of, in my words, sanity. That middle ground that just keeps us in balance so that you're not off it either way. So we don't want you to love yourself too little. We don't want you to love yourselves too much because then you become good for no one. Even when you love yourself too little, you're good for no one. We want to love you, we want you to love yourself right. We want you to look in the mirror, see things you don't like about yourself, things you like about yourself, and go, all of it is me, the good and the bad. And you know what? I love me. Some things, yes, you might need to work on and change. It doesn't mean you're bad. Yes? But you still need to look at the core fabric of who you are and go, darn, I'm great. You have to believe it. Because it's the truth. I'm not even trying to make this up. I'm not trying to pump you up to believe something that isn't true. You are great. You are an amazing, unique piece of a puzzle. And whether you like it or not, without you in this puzzle, as insignificant as you may feel, or as significant as you feel, the world will not be the same. It's a ripple effect. Your presence in this world is important. It's a tiny ripple, but it has a huge effect on people. You are necessary for this time. You are supposed to be here. And the world notices that you're here, even though you do not know that you're here, even though you do not see or believe or understand your place or your impact at the moment. There is one. There is one. Do you know why? You breathe in that oxygen. As you release it out, ooh, you cause a wave. There is an impact. There is a ripple. You say yes or no to any decision, to anyone. Ooh, you create that ripple. So you are part of the rippling and the breathing, the exhaling and inhaling of this planet. Your breath is part of the larger breath of this planet. And without your single breath, without you being here, we lose something. This planet loses the intensity of its inhaling, exhaling. You are part of the heartbeat, the lifeblood of this planet. And it's great that you are here. That's what you need to tell yourself. That is the God's honest truth. You were designed for this time. You weren't born in the 18th century. You were born now because this is the time. that you needed to be here making your impact. Now, the confusion with impact is that people only understand one sort of impact. And that's what the media and everything makes us believe, that, if your impact isn't good, this big, if you're not connecting with 10 million people, you're a nobody. That is just not true. That is just not true. There's a proverb on a little story. It's about the ant and the elephant. So the ant gets on the elephant's back, right? And they start to walk across this bridge. And every step the elephant took, the bridge shook. And he takes more steps and the bridge keeps shaking, and he takes all the steps through, crosses to the other side with the bridge literally shaking all the way through. They get to the other side, and do you know what the ant said? The ant said to the elephant, "We shook that bridge, didn't we?" Now that's the impact you're making. Between the ant and the elephant, you're somewhere in that mix, but you are needed. You're not weight carried, you are needed. Because the elephant needed the ant to say, "We can do this." We need you, because your breath combines with every other one's breath and causes the planet Earth to breathe and to exhale. You are part of the living, breathing breath of this planet. You have to know this. You have to understand how worthy you are of being here, how needed you are here. Even though the things that surround you may tell you contrary, you have to see your impact in this world. The bigger picture of what you are, what your design and what your function is. Now, the other thing is respect. You have to respect yourself. So now that you know what you are, now that you know who you are, now you understand that you belong here, now that you know that this is your right and you are making an impact, and we all need you here, you then have to focus on respect. Now, again, everything's a mismatch and people define respect very differently. Respect is about people knowing who you are and making room and allowances for who you are. Are you being respected where you are? It's not about having the loudest voice. It's not about things always going your way. No. Respect is there room for you to air your views? And when you do air your views, are they considered? It may not be taken. And you have to also understand, not all the time, your views are not always going to be taken. That is life. You might even have the right view and people still decide to do the wrong thing. That is life. But is your view being considered? Is it considered? That is respect. Are allowances being made for your style of either the way you talk, either the way you walk, either the way you sing, or either the way you look? Are there allowances to accommodate? Is there a willingness within your circle of friends to accommodate your likes and dislikes? Do people slightly adjust themselves just to accommodate you? For instance, let's go very simple. You don't like to eat chocolate, and somebody invites you for dinner and decides to serve only chocolate pudding for dessert. Now, that's not respect. That's not accommodating your uniqueness. It's not all about you. We can't say, okay, we're just now, no one's going to eat chocolate. We're just going to have sponge cake because Jane is coming out. And sorry, I don't know a Jane. That was just, I'm just using Jane. And everyone's going to have, nah, no, that's not what we're talking about. But it's okay, Jane's coming. We will get Jane something different from chocolate. We will make a provision for Jane. So that is making that provision is respect. Do you see? So it's not, I didn't give you a title, or it's accommodating some going slightly out of your way or majorly out of your way to make somebody else comfortable. But it's got to be in balance, because if the person also, you notice it's a give and take. It's not a dominate one, and it's all about me and everyone has to accommodate me, but you're also learning to accommodate them you know? So it has to be that walking the fine line of balance. When it starts to go a little bit too much to the right or a little bit too much to the left, it's out of kilter and that causes problems. So you don't want that. You want a situation, something we can get in balance. So let's work on this. We'll go deeper into self-love, self-respect, and self-awareness. I find self-awareness is the one that a lot of people struggle with. A lot of people are unaware of who they are and what they are. We have to know who we are. Who are you really, really deep down? Don't try to be what the media says. Don't try to be what magazines or any. No, who are you? If we didn't have media, if we didn't have any of this, who would you truly be? And let that you come forward, because it's beautiful, because it's unique, because you are the only style of you that exists. And we need to see you, not you trying to be anyone else, because they're being who they are. And you don't want a whole lot of mini me's around. You want to be you. We need to see you. We need to see your colors and your shapes and your thinking and your reasoning, your uniqueness. It's got to come. Well, that's enough for the session. I will continue to update videos as we go along. So we'll speak to you soon. Have a good day. Continue to be you, learn to love, learn to give, and learn to receive.